Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Transport Fever 2 playthrough in Germany. We are live, we're recording this live as you know. Welcome Vex, welcome Andre, good to see you in the chat. As usual, so we're at our normal time, we're recording our playthrough in Germany. We've got the game paused just now. I've been thinking about this one a lot. I actually introduced my son to Transport Fever 2, he's 10 this week, and he loves the game, and I've been helping him through, and it's got me thinking about this game a lot. There's so much appeal to it, and he's been making these cute little inefficient railway lines, blowing all his money, and then I've had to come in and save him. But he's been doing some interesting things with the city that he's been building in, a bit of a Japanese playthrough in a place called Kawasaki. So yeah, that's made me think that we need to do some more stuff with the town. And I've been thinking about Berlin in our playthrough. Berlin has grown loads since we started. It's now at 597, almost 600 people. But Berlin is the second largest town after Köln or Cologne, if you're from the UK. And yeah, it's so Berlin's not number one, and we need to get Berlin back to number one. So for this stream, we are going to be focusing on Berlin and make sure Berlin is the biggest capital. So a couple of things I want to do in this episode of our Germany playthrough. The first thing I want to do is connect Berlin to some other towns around here, and Andre, I promised, and we will do it, we're going to connect in Rostock here, Stralsund as well, probably, into our network, maybe via Hamburg, I think. So it's connected into our into our Berlin network. We've also got Stettin out here, which would be cool to connect in. And coming down here, we've got Dresden as well. Dresden would be a cool place to join in. Once we've connected those in, we should have absolutely loads of passengers destinations in. We're already at plus 100%, which I think is the maximum we can get in terms of destination. So it may not actually help with the growth of the town, but the music is very loud. Oh, let me turn the music down. Hold on a second. We'll go right down. Hopefully that's better. Yes, so we'll do that. We'll get Berlin connected with some other destinations in the region so that that will probably benefit the towns that are connected rather than benefit Berlin. But the other thing we'll do, hopefully, is we'll improve the internal network, because we are losing. We are very poor with our emissions, so maybe we need to do something with pollution as a focus. But the main thing, actually, that's holding back our growth is we're not yet supplying loads of the resource that Berlin demands. So if we can start to supply some more of those materials, we shall hopefully see. Thank you, Yang. Thank you for that tip as well, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for letting me know the music's too loud, and hopefully that's better. So yeah, if we connect some of our industries in, that will really benefit that. And then we'll have to look at emissions, which is probably the most difficult thing to do. But we want to make sure that we keep on top of that, because as Berlin grows, it's going to bump into Frankfurt here. So it's got lots of room for expansion around there. We need to make sure that its tram network stays up to date and does that. We have 19 million in the bank. And we've got some good money, and I'm pleased to report that our Berlin to Strasbourg line, which we set up a few episodes ago and has taken some time to get profitable, in the last period it made absolutely loads of money. So we are making some good money from passengers, and also we have 250 people waiting to go on that line. So I am really pleased with the progress that passenger line has made. And there is also some opportunity to maybe add a stop in here to connect Halle and Maidberg, which would be really cool. But that is the plan for this one. We're going to connect some more industries, connect in some more towns, and see Berlin really grow. And hopefully by the end of the stream, we can make Berlin the biggest town on the map. That's what we want. So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to go slow at the moment, and then we'll see how things go. Look, all the vehicles going. So we have our CAN stats delivering bread, And we also have our trams. Where's our trams? Look, our little steam trams. We have a catenary for electric. So maybe the first thing we do is upgrade our trams, look. So we have the Berlin tram loop, which is not making us any money, and maybe a little bit over capacity here. So we might manage the vehicles here. What I might do is I might just sell a couple of these for the time being, but then replace the remaining with an electric tram, and that might actually help with our, let's have a look at the emissions. I'm just wondering if it will help with our emissions. So the steam tram, Dampf tram, which I think we've got at the moment, has got an emission rate of 81, and also, and with it being poorly maintained and not set the maintenance right, poorly maintained, so that's going to go up. But if we convert to our CE22, we should see high capacity, high speed, but also lower emissions. So I'm going to replace those. I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to change their maintenance to very high. That is going to increase the running costs of those, but with fewer vehicles running on there and high maintenance on there, we should actually see some more. We should actually see a reduction in the emissions from there. If we look at the emissions layer on here, you can see there's a lot going on, particularly with our residential area. That's what's affected by this. The industrial and the commercial areas don't mind, but there's a lot going on. And I think one of those big reasons, you look, we've got all these vehicles coming through here. They're going straight through the commercial area to do their drop off over there. So maybe that's something we could do. We've got these, the Berlin Town Bread line. All these vehicles on here are going to be high emissions. They're 3 years old, so they're not too old, but we could manage these, and we turn their maintenance up to very high as well. I don't recommend doing that for many of your vehicles in the game, but if they're going through the town, it's a good starting place to keep their emissions low. And then potentially we need to make some kind of road diversion that goes around the outside rather than through the middle. We have down here, what do we have? We got commercial buildings along here. So this road might actually be a better road to bring those in on rather than through that residential district we have up here. It will mean it will take longer to get there, but it might be the right thing to do. And as traffic grows in Berlin, we don't have many vehicles down here. Traffic's not too bad, so we're not suffering from that. But something that we can think about in the future for that is to potentially bring a road around the side, because Berlin is going to grow, so it might have to go all the way around to come in there, but we will see as we get on. Right, so we have some new trams on. We have them working their merry way. People are getting on the trams, and none of them are too overcrowded, so that's good. So the next thing we want to do is I actually want to connect in some other towns. So we've got Rostock up here, Stralsund down here. These two towns, there's an easy way. We connect a little train that will go from here to here and then into Hamburg here. That will then connect in for our Hamburg to Berlin. That train actually isn't making us any money, so we need to make sure that's full going in the south direction towards Berlin here. So one way we can do that is shift some more passengers from another line. So what might be the best way to do that? I'm thinking if we come in over the top around the north side here, we could drop them off maybe on a platform on this side here. We've only got the one train using it here, so come out here, do a turn around there, head this way, use the land bridge we've got here to Rostock and then to Stralsund. Yeah, that's looking really good. So I think here is where I want my passenger line. So we're going to pause it because I don't want them to build after I've deleted this street here. I'm going to put in a nice new street so they don't hate me for what I've just done. We'll go this way and that way. And then we'll get ourselves a new passenger. We'll have 2 platforms on here, 160 meters, and put ourselves a new passenger. Then we've got a bit of a cut in as we come in here. It's just a little bit of a mound. So should be careful of that. I think about there might work. maybe we could flatten that out. So let's put it there. I'm not going to worry too much about the cutting there. We can always flatten that out. So we've got a passenger station for Rostock, lovely. And then we want to see where we're going for Straslin, which is over here. Now, Straslin, oh, wait. Did we put it in the right spot? Yeah, so this is our commercial district, so it's fine to have our trains there. That's not going to affect things. In Straslin, we have our residential area over on this left-hand side as we're looking at it now. So really, a station over here, or potentially in here, would be really good. So this is going to be a terminus, because we're not going to go anywhere else from here. I mean, we could potentially... There's no cities. There's Stettin over there. There's nowhere else to go, so we can go for a terminal in here. And I'm thinking if we go right here, we've got some residential buildings down there. Let's try and go away from those residential buildings. We'll go here. We'll connect into most of the industrial buildings. And we're shooting out the right direction to... yeah, a little regional train, Andre, would be really good. So that's what we're going to go for. So let's build this out. So we'll try and keep it nice and high speed. Nice gentle S-bend curve here as we go through the hills. What is this region called, Andre? What part of Germany are we in when we're talking about Rostock and Stralsund? I only really know Bavaria as a region, but what would you call this? So a little regional train. We're going to go from there, and we'll drop in here. In the state of Mecklenburg. Okay, Mecklenburg. So we've got a Mecklenburg Regional Railway, the first of its kind in 1903. Lovely. So we've got our line connected there. We just need to make sure that we are... in fact, do we want a bypass? Will we have a direct train? I don't think we will. I don't think we need a bypass for this. So we'll save ourselves a bit of effort on there. And we don't actually need the cross there if we're just doing that direction. So we'll put a double crossover here so we can use both platforms and go out in the right direction. And we'll put a signal coming in there. We'll make sure it's one way so the trains go the right direction. Then we'll use a couple of block sections in case we have more trains when this gets really busy and we are powering through. So we'll have another one there. And then we need to connect now into the Hamburg East area. So this is a tricky one because we've already got some buildings going out here, but I do think we want to come out the northern side and then go to the west. So I'm going to come out straight initially through this level crossing. Get rid of those buildings, and then I'm going to build the line actually straight here because we may eventually connect into this railway line we've got going out to the north. So I'm just going to do that to future-proof and avoid having to destroy buildings in the future. And then we have our goods line over here. So what we might do is go over the top of that actually. So we'll come out here, try and keep this fairly high speed, thinking we don't want to go too wide because we won't need to hit that land bridge over there. So let's go to about there, and then we'll keep coming here. Now what I'm thinking is if we go to there, and then can we lift this up with a little bridge? So it's not letting me go any higher than that. I want to go up. So if I go up here, let's have a look. We'll go over the top. Just go back a bit here to there. I want to go up in the middle. Now it's saying collision. Are we not going high enough here for this? Oh, I don't want to go too high because this is a high-speed passenger line. So what we might do is dip the freight track under there. So let's just delete that. We're paused, so we've not got too much of a problem from that. Let's first of all, let's dip this track. So it's already quite high actually. It raises there quite a bit. You can see. So we want to drop this down with our track. So we'll go with that. So let's connect that in there. And as we get to here, we want to dip this down. So I'm just going to drop this down a little bit in the middle. That should be enough. So let's just build the one line first of all, and then hopefully the one over here. So we're going to build this as a bridge. Now, is it going to let me do it? It's still saying there's a collision to there, which is a bit annoying. I feel like there shouldn't really be a collision. Surely there's not a collision. No, I want to keep this flat. Come on. Give me the right one. It's not really liking this at the moment, which is a bit annoying. I thought this would be easy. Come on, it's dipped right down. I'm going to go over there. A nice big bridge in the middle. Is it really? There's loads of space under there for a train to get through. Okay, do we have to go deeper? We might have to go deeper with this. So let's try and go down a bit further. Let's go a bit further back on this side as well. We'll build this again, but we'll go right down this time, okay. So that's as far down as it will let me go. We've got a big old cut in there. Hopefully now it's going to let me go over the top. Oh, we had something there. We had something. Let's have a look at this then. So we've got ourselves a swanky, tiny little bridge here. Yeah, that looks good. And we are heading in the right direction. So hopefully that works there. So we just need to bring this over from this one as well. And I'm hoping that this, yes, okay. We've got a 2-lane bridge, lovely. Okay, the next test then is whether it lets me reconnect this line with that and how this bridge looks. So we do that there. And it kind of looks a bit, well, kind of looks a bit wonky with just a one-sided bridge, but you know, it keeps everything flowing, and it's still saying I've got an issue here. So, okay, so I need to make sure my trains can get over to this side. Yeah, we can't wait for the modern era, Andre, with the year 2000. It's going to look really cool. I'm going to have to actually do some research about what vehicles do this kind of areas, regional services, so we get it right. But for the time being, let's get this line in. So we can, I think we can press play. Keep the money flowing because we don't want to run out of money mid build here. Just using the geography to come out here. Not too bad. Nice and high speed, and then we should hopefully sidle in there to Rostock Station, which is all very good. Bring in the second line. And there, just like that, we are all connected up. Down here, the trains may have an issue. Well, when they come this way, they may want to go to a different platform. So we may put a cross in here, or let's have a look. So trains coming out of this platform can go over there. Then if we make this one here a double slip, which I know is a bit cheating, but they won't be going that fast. Trains going this way can come down here. Trains coming out of here can go onto that line. Trains coming here, or trains coming out of this platform, will get over here, and then they will need to move over to that side. So we can either put a crossover here, or we can put a crossover over there. So what I think we'll do is we'll do that just outside the station if we've got the space, and if the game will let me. So we just about got the space here, which is nice. And the game is just auto-saving. Rostock area DB BR112 with a double-decker coaches. Oh, wow. That's something we do not get in the UK. There's too many low bridges, and we do not get that at all. But this is going to work. So we can use this platform now because if we look here, our Hamburg line there, we can use this platform. They can go over there. They can come back in here. This is looking rather nice. So let's set up our line. So we're going to go from Hamburg around, follow the line. We'll go to Rostock. We'll go to Stralsund, a Stralsund transfer. Ooh. And then we'll go back to Rostock. Hopefully we're on the right lines here. Let's just check the line here. So we're coming to that first one. Yep, switch over to the line. Beautiful. Using both platforms here. And then we come down to Hamburg. Oh, and into that line. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is going to be our V for people. And it's going to be our, well, it's going to be our Hamburg nach Stralsund line. Real fancy. What color is the football team, Andre, in Rostock? What's the local football team's color? That's what we need to know, because we need to color this line, and we also need to color the train, which we do not yet have. So where's our nearest train depot? What have we got? Train depots nearby. Oh, that's a road one. We don't really have any train depots around here, do we? What have we got? Oh, I can't remember how you see it. Vehicles, right. Where's our nearest train depot? Stuttgart. There's one at Stettin. Oh, there's one. Where's that one? That's here. That'd have to come all the way up. I think we need a new depot. We need a new depot somewhere around here. So let's have one of these. Let's have a new depot. Let's somewhere nice and flat. We've got a good bit of real estate here for a new road or a new rail depot. Blue and red. Oh, we like blue and red for Rostock. Let's see how that's going to work out. So the train's going to come out here and go that way. Put a signal in here so the train can get out. And then we'll also use this as a spot to protect this junction and have a bit of a block section here as well. As we come out, we'll have one either side of this bridge here. Actually, we'll just put them both here. On this side of the bridge, there we go. Looking good, looking good. And then one to come out the junction here. All looking rather smart. So we've got our depot, we've got our line. Let's choose a train. So steam-wise, we have the A35. We have the A35. Oh, I just love the A35. The PLM, 60 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. What do we go for a classic Prusse for a little regional line at this stage? Let's go for a little Prusse. We'll go with the compartment cars. We don't want to spend too much money on this, but we'll get a 55 capacity. We'll put this onto our, let's go to V, and we're looking for our Hamburg to Stralsund. So here we go. Now we did say we'd make the line, so let's have a look. The line is currently green, so we have our Hamburg line, which is red at the moment. So let's make this, what did we say? Dark blue for the trains. Dark blue for the trams and buses. Okay. Vex says 67. That's not a colour, Vex. So, you know, I don't know what we're going with here. Dark blue. Look at that. And we'll do, what do we say? Blue and red. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the train here. Let's follow the train along. I think this would look good. This would look good in that royal dark blue colour. How about that? It's a bit old. It's a bit old, Vex. 6'7" is a bit old, a bit too young for me. I'm a bit older than that for that to really make sense. But I like this blue. We don't have many Prusses that are the right colour, but this one is looking rather good. So it's a nice little regional locomotive going along. So hopefully we'll see some passengers want to come to Rostock from Hamburg. Anybody yet here? There's nobody to pick up. What about in Rostock? Anybody want to come along? We might need a little bus line here. And the same might be said of Stralsund. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we do? Rostock. Let's have a little back and forth tram. Why not? So we'll do, we'll put ourselves a little tram depot here. And then we'll have a little stop here. We do want a tram track, and we do want it to be electric. We're just going to have the one platform. I don't think at the moment we're going to need... Actually, we'll go with two. Don't think at the moment we're going to need much. But Rostock, you know, it might grow. It may grow. We'll go passengers. We'll come down here. So we pretty much cover the whole town if there's just one stop there. And then we'll come down to this sort of seafront area. It's where all the tourists are going to go, Andre. And then we'll do a little loop back here. Connect there. And we'll do that. We'll not do two loops here. We're just going to have the one tram loop. And then we need to make sure we've got the tram tracks ready to go. So we'll connect all of this in via tram. Lovely. And then we'll just rotate this up. Let's have a look. So we're going to have our Rostock loop as well. So we'll do that. We'll give it a color. We'll give it this one. We'll give it a deep red to match the. So we've got the two colors. Look for the trams, and this is going to be our V Rostock tram loop. Okay, and we need a tram, so we'll just go with the one at the moment. But you know, we will. Let's have our Rostock tram loop here. And our tram is coming out, but we'll give this a nice red color to match the line. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, we love it. Electric tram on our Rostock tram loop there. Hopefully that gets people coming in to the station. We've already got people wanting to use the line, which is good. Nobody yet at our passenger station, but the good news is there is one person, wherever they are, at the station ready to go to Hamburg and maybe onward to Berlin. Let's have a look actually. Let's investigate where this person's going. So we've got this Hildegard. Hello, Hildegard. Their destination is industrial building over here in Hamburg. So this is where they're going. They're going to work. So this is the positive thing that we're doing for society here. We have people wanting to get to work, to do better for themselves. 3 people from Stralsund as well. Stralsund has been called Stralsund Transfer because we have a station up here which has stolen the name, I think. Initially it stole the name. So let's see if we can't take that off. I don't think transfer... There we go. So it's just Stralsund now. And we need a bit of a tram loop for Stralsund as well. So let's do that. So we get ourselves a nice little stop there. Then we will come down here and into this residential area. It's quite long, and actually Stralsund. A decent loop. And let's put in our line. So this is how Stralsund looks. Put in a new line. And we have our V Stralsund tram loop. Oh, it's close to rising up the 2nd division. Good for you. I support a championship team called Derby County, playing dark and playing black and white in the UK. Also in the 2nd tier of English football. And, you know, actually could get promoted this year to the Premier League. So there's still hope for us this year. So I am hopeful. It's a very outside chance. We need 2 other teams to lose and us to win on the final game of this season. So if you're into your religion, you could pray for Derby County. Or just see what happens. Right, so we're getting our tram tracks down. And that's looking good. We just need a tram stop. Tram depot, I should say. Somewhere along here. We can squeeze it in just here next to the station. That's good. and we'll put a tram on the loop. Now, do Stralsund have a... oh, no, not online. Let's delete that. Do Stralsund have a football team? I don't know. I should have a cheat sheet up of all the German football teams and their colours. But at the moment, it's a lime green, so we'll go with that. Let's change the vehicle to a kind of lime green for our Stralsund tram loop. Oh, look at that. You could see it in the dark. You could see this one in the dark. Perfect. That's fine. We'll say it's light green, and we'll assume we're right. But we've already got people there from Stralsund. Stralsund 136. Rostock now is growing, Andre. So, you know, it's positive. Things are looking up for Rostock. We've got people on the tram loop. The tram loop is it's making some money. So that's good. Still nobody wants to go anywhere. Nobody wants to leave Rostock, apparently, Andre. So maybe it's such a nice place. Nobody actually wants to go to Hamburg from there. But we're going to leave that for a little bit, and hopefully that will start to bring in some passengers for our Hamburg to Berlin line. So coming back to Berlin now, we've got loads of 388 people now wanting to use this. Oh my goodness, the Berlin to Strasbourg line, and our train. Oh, where's the train? We've just got the one train at the minute. So maybe we need to think about another train. And the other thing we need to be careful of, as you can see, what's going to happen here is you've got this big old freight train that it's going to be sharing the line with. So we need to think about tracking our lovely purple train here. Because we've got 154 people on that train. How many people have got at Castle? Because that actually does wowza. So there's not loads of people here. There's loads that want to go to Bonn on that line, and quite a lot that want to go to Stuttgart as well. So, that Stuttgart train definitely could use some more carriages. Look, we're following that out. Sorry, this is not what I meant to do, but look, the Frankfurt train's really building up. Mannheim, there's quite a lot of people on there. And in Stuttgart as well. And this is a long train. It goes all the way down here to Augsburg and eventually to Munich or München, and then on to Vienna at München International. So yeah. How do you know, Andre? Do you do that for a living? Is that your daily commute going from Hamburg to Rostock? I wonder. Right, so let's stick some more. We're making some good money on this train, and there's a lot of passengers, especially at the top. So let's give ourselves an opportunity to make some more money here. So we can get this up to, I think, let's see, 150 meters. We'll make sure it's all the right color. And now we can see the train coming into the station here, ready to pick. So we've got 70 on there. A few more hopefully will jump on. There's quite a few got off and a few got on there. So a few people coming to Augsburg. So that should help with overcrowding here, especially when we get to, where are we here? Mannheim. Go away. To the notice there, and also at Frankfurt. But yeah, so there's a lot of people want to go on this line to Strasbourg. Let's see what the station situation is down, all the way down in Strasbourg. So we're in here. We've got 46 people on the purple train. So that train is currently on the way back. Going to pick up 154, and we've got absolutely loads of people waiting. So it may be the case that when this train gets down to Strasbourg, or maybe even now, if we go to Strasbourg here, where are we? Maybe we need another train. So we have a depot here. We could buy another A35, put on 11 of these passenger wagons here. And this can go on our Strasbourg to Berlin. And so hopefully that train they'll be about equal distance apart. This train over here is not the right color, so we can make this a nice purple color as well. Oh, really cool. Really cool. I've not seen the musical, Andre. Was it good? Was your trip to Hamburg worth it? Was it worth um, was it worth the trip to Hamburg? Was it worth experiencing Hamburg? So yeah, we'll go get some more passengers there, and they're going to come all the way up to our castle, drop off here, and hopefully clear some of these passengers that are waiting, and eventually come all the way to Berlin and help with the overcrowding, because this overcrowding here, if we let that get out of control, is going to impact the growth in Berlin. We're at 634 now for Berlin, which is really good. Oh, cool. So yeah, we can see we've got minus 20% here for our overcrowding, so we do need to solve that. Where else have we got overcrowding here? Quite a lot of people at our tram depot. We still got some trams here. So our Frankfurt to Berlin tram line, which is our little shuttle between here and here. We've got 3 trams on there. What I might do for this, actually, I might sell one of these and then replace the other 2 with the... Oh, no electric path. Okay, okay. So we need to make sure we got an electric path here. So where haven't we got an electric path? I think we're all good there. And then manage the vehicles and replace them with the... There we go. So now we have the electric trams with high maintenance to keep the pollution down in Berlin, especially. Which is good, and hopefully that will reduce the overcrowding. We've got 198 people waiting for the next train already to come in. So yeah, that is going to help that line to be really profitable, I think. The yellow line, Berlin to Potsdam, we've got a rate of 159. We're not making much money here, and we've only got this little Prusse on the go. But it's all it needs, because it's only going over to here, and there aren't actually that many people waiting here. So we are fully meeting the need for Potsdam at the moment. We have quite a few people waiting here on the tram. Yeah, that new tram is really working with the high capacity. 21 filled up there. And it's the high speed, so we should get a high rate as well. The Berlin tram loop. Only 40 people on there out of 126, so we're not currently doing it. So we don't really need to do anything else with that. There's no one overcrowding. The overcrowding really is just at this Berlin to Strasbourg line, and we need train 95 to start get a wriggle on, really. Actually, one of the things we need to think about here is 4 tracking sections. You see the train here is coming up to this freight line. It's going to get stuck behind this Prusse here. And we really need a fast passenger line that goes all the way along to here to connect in there. So why don't we do that? So we've got a 4-track line from here. So let's sort that out. So from about here, we need to be going double tracking. This is where I could do with a mod really in here. I'm not going to delete yet until we complete it at the other end. So we'll build out a 2-track section, a 4-track section in here, purely for our passengers. So we're going to whiz over all of this, fly over. That was 7 million. Or this might be an expensive 4-tracking section here. 500,000 for that tunnel. Let's hope we can afford the next section as well. through this tunnel. We've got to keep an eye on the money. Another 500,000. 6 million in the bank. And, oh, we're struggling a bit here. Didn't like that, so let's go a bit further ahead there. Add in a 4-track here. And I think we'll get round to there. And I think that's where the passenger line joins on. So the passenger line comes from here. So we just need to connect in to this bit here. So the connecting bit, I am going to pause just for a moment. So we'll take out this junction altogether. We don't need it because our freight trains are going to go there. Actually, we may need it because our trains will be sad and abandoned on the freight line and not able to get off. So we may have to put a temporary junction in there. But if we bring our line down here, we are connected at that end. Lovely. We'll scoot up towards Castle over here where we need to connect in this side as well. So we will drop that out, drop this junction out for the time being. And we just need to figure out where the trains are. Are they going to be stranded on that line? So train 95 is currently on there. Cannot get to the right platform. So it's coming up this way. In fact, we'll send it over. We'll put a junction just in front of it. It's currently here. When it gets out of this tunnel over here, we'll put a junction in here. And we'll allow it to come out so we'll have a double crossover here. And then if we look at the lines then, you see we've got freight using the green freight line, using the slow lines over there, and we've got the fast trains using that line. So we do need some signals on there, otherwise we'll only get one train at a time. So let's go from the start here. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, I've lost it. There we go. Here we go. So we're here. Let's put in some signals. So we'll just offset a little bit from where they are on the slow lines, on the slows, as we say in the UK with our slow lines. Oh, cannot connect all stations. Oops, wrong way. And in fact, that is in the wrong place. It's not quite level. Put that signal there. Put another signal here. One before the tunnel. One just outside the tunnel here. And oh, look at that. Just slightly offset. Let's put that there. It's the kind of level of perfection we need on our flagship railway line. So we need to take some care and make sure we got the right number of signals in here. Oh, see, it's awful there, look. Just get rid of that one there. And we can get going again, I think. Let's keep that train. Oh, train 95, we've not named it yet. And yes, so we have them coming across from here. We don't want to block that junction, so we'll just go to the next one. Oh, I should have done it there. Put a signal in here. You see the train stop. We need that free path. Come on. Get over to your new line, your new fast line. They're really staggered here. There must have been a junction there at some point or something. And then we come to join in with our line that comes from München. And there we go. So this train here hopefully will stay on our lovely new line and have a free path all the way. And that's going to increase our line rate. Okie doke. So we've got 180 people want to go from Bonn to Kassel. And we've just got the PLM on there. So maybe that's a line where we need to have... let's have a look at this train. 88 people. This line is busy. There's loads of people at every station pretty much. So I'm wondering whether this one is a good candidate to replace. Let's have a look. We've not got multiple units yet. No. A35. Put 11 of these guys on, 150 meters. Oh, I've run out of money. I'm going to have to borrow some money. I've not had to do that in a while. That's a little bit concerning. But I changed this for the 11. Much higher capacity train. And we'll keep the nice Borussia Dortmund yellow on the train. And this can go faster, should get a higher line rate. And we should see more people transported on there. And a much bigger train as well to boot. So that should hopefully clear some of the passengers down here. And then as we come north, we get to this section of track here. We go 4-track over here, which is good. And then we've got this section here, which we need to 4-track, I think, to keep it clear as well. So we'll do that if we can afford to. Only going to cost me 250,000. Now, this is a complicated bit, actually, just thinking about it. Because on the right-hand side, we've got the freight line, and the left-hand side, we switch over there. So we can either bring our passenger line right around it, or we might have to dip the cargo line underneath. What do you think? What would be the best way to manage that? We'll bring that down here. So we've got our 4-tracking ready to go. Let's put some signals in. I need to turn off those notices that tell me the vehicle condition is bad, because it just gets a little bit irritating after a while. It only affects the pollution the vehicles do. It doesn't affect anything else. No speed impacts or reliability. There's nothing else. It's just pollution. So you only really care about it in residential areas, to be honest. So our freight line, and this is the complicated part. Our freight line is going to go down there. Our passenger line needs to come up and above. So this is a challenge. And then our freight line stops there, and then it's just passengers, I think, there from there. So this is the only section we need to do. Now, we could just bring this across, but that would be, that wouldn't look as cool. That wouldn't look as cool. So what I'm thinking, we've got 5 million in the bank. I think we've got enough to do this. I'm going to delete some of this freight line. Upset the game. It's going to give me a load of warnings. So what I actually want here is I want this to connect to the passenger line. So we'll go here. We'll prioritize the passenger line. So that's good. Then this line needs to come down underneath or over the top, but I think underneath would make the most sense, which might mean dropping this back all the way back, in fact. So if we do this, because we can go under this viaduct, look, it's ready made. I'm just wondering if we can do a little, so if we do something like that, maybe not that angle, but if we go like that there, and then we bring that round here to there, look. Oh yeah, that looks good. I like that. And then we'll bring the second track round here, make sure that's connected. And that's going to come in here to a bridge pillar collision. Oh no, not that again. And then that's going to connect up to there. Obviously, that's not going to work right now, so we need to deal with that. But just want to connect this up and do that a little bit. Oh, bridge pillar collision. Just get rid of the bridges. I might have to go a bit shallower of an angle, maybe. Okay, we can see what we got to play with now. Right. So let's go there. Let's move this back a bit. We've got a nice big gap in our rail bridge there. We should be able to squeeze through here now. And actually, I'm just going to knock this back so we can actually connect in all the way. My autosave is working. Hey, bye, Yang. Good to see you. Good to have you on the stream. Hopefully see you next time. And good morning in Japan, I should say. Right. Hopefully now we can get this up and over to there. Quite a steep incline here. And we've got a little bit of bridge, which we don't really want or need. So we'll just take this back there. And we'll do it right to there, I think, with the goods line. So we'll have this come underneath and then sweep up and around. So just want to make sure we can get both lines under here before I commit. There we go, both lines there. So now we should be able to bring that line in a nice gentle slope up here. And, oh, I've still got a warning. So what's the warning? Berlin to Strasbourg. Could not connect all stations. Why not? Okay. They're coming down here. Have I missed a bit of track somewhere? Oh, you know what? I've not connected in here, look. So we got to delete this little junction here. Lovely. So now you can see how this works. So we've got our freight line that sweeps underneath there and into the cargo station here collecting logs. Our passenger line now is free from all that slow cargo traffic. That is lovely. So we can get that playing again. We will need to just put in some more signals for the freight line because we deleted all of those. And we can have one here now because we don't have that. And we also have a train, look. We have a train ready to go, ready to use the line. I'm just going to speed the game up a little bit. And our train is on the line. How about that? Yeah, a good train name for the regional line or the Strasbourg Berlin line. We need names for either of those. But here we go. Freight underneath the viaduct. And you just need to make sure it doesn't get stuck on here, but it's pulling 84 logs. We're at 40 kilometers an hour, which is much slower than the passenger train can do. So this is really helpful. And we can see our beautiful train on the line. Look at that. And we got our passenger one coming past. Oh, what a lovely sight. Look, what a lovely sight, look. And it's speeding along. Look at the speed. The speed that one's going at, and it keeps at the 100 mile an hour. Sorry. 100 kilometers an hour the whole way. It's got 138 passengers on the way, and it is going to make a nice big delivery of passengers for me, which is going to bring in some money. So we're at 7 million there, and the trains, oh, you see, when you get to this speed and this game speed, they do really fly, which is really good. So that's good. And then it's just a straight passenger line all the way up into Berlin here. So that line now has a rate of 138. We do still look like we're making money, which is really good. So that's positive because we don't want to lose money. And how are we doing for Berlin? So we're nearly an hour into the stream. We've got 120% growth from our passenger connections. So that is really good. That is really, really good. That makes me think we should connect more in. Okay. So we've connected via Hamburg. We've got the connection of Rostock, and there are people on this line now. 39 people. That's not bad at all. And there are 46 people waiting at Stralsund, as well as how many at Rostock? 40 people are waiting at Rostock. Anybody want to leave Hamburg to go to Rostock and Stralsund? 8 people. Not loads, but maybe the train has just left. Where's the train? How are we getting on? Oh. Zoom out to the line, and the train is just coming to Stralsund now with 39 people, but 46 ready to go. So that train is going to be near enough full on its return journey, which is very positive for our finances. Very, very good. Very, very good. We like a bit of that. Okie doke. Right, so that is worked out really rather well. And has it brought more passengers onto Hamburg to Berlin? No, I think maybe they're just going to Rostock and Stralsund instead. So not helped us initially, but we have Stettin over here, and there is already a line basically next to Stettin, which we could connect in. It is a freight line, so it might be slowed down a little bit. And that freight line doesn't actually connect to our passenger line. If you see here, it's all totally separate. So we would potentially need, oh wow, let's have a look at the lines. Where have we got? So we're not using this exit here from the station. We could come out of Berlin here and connect into this bridge, or maybe we have a separate bridge here, so we avoid a little bit of freight traffic. Maybe even jump over the top. Rostocker Mo, the Rostocker Seagull. Now that is good. Now, the only thing I don't know how to do yet, still, is umlauts. So let's have a go at that. So we're doing the MOWE, but we need this to be an umlaut. Let's just try something. Let's try something. Oh, see, that's the wrong one. How do I get the umlaut? Oh, that's capital. Any ideas? Any ideas for an umlaut? Oh, where would it be? I might have to Google this. OE. Is it going to do it itself? Does that work? I quite like the umlaut. If I hold Alt and do it. No, it just does that twice. Right, that'll do for now. I will Google in a moment. I will Google how to actually do an umlaut because I've been playing a German playthrough, and it seems bad of me not to have done that research. So anyway, we have the Rostock Seagull, the Rostocker Seagull going. That is lovely. I like that. And we also have the Feel Arrow as one of our trains. So coming out of Berlin, we need our connection to Stettin. Now this is going to get spicy. So we've got to here. I think we go over the road, over this bridge here, and then hopefully we can connect into this bridge there. We've got this line to connect in, which I don't think any lines are actually using this here. So we might just delete that. I think that's purely for trains to get onto the line when we build new trains. So we can get rid of that line first of all. So my ambition is to have this 4-tracked here for a Stettin connection. Now it's dipping and then going quite low. And then we need to go over there, look. Now we could really just hammer through. And that is a goods line. But I wonder if we can... If potentially we come back here before the riser. Oh, that cost me $1 million. Got a refund of $1 million then. Wow, that was expensive. I didn't even look at the price. So I'm just wondering if I put the end of this to be higher, like so. Oh, that's an expensive bit of infrastructure. How does that look down here? I just wonder if I get to here with the line a little bit away from there, and then hopefully I will be able to curve this in and down to about here. Oh no, I'm still going through there. That's not really helped at all, actually. We're still going too far down. Let's have a look. So we're coming out straight there. In fact, we need to go higher up if we're going to clear this line here. This might be more tricky than the last time we tried this. More tricky. Ooh. It feels high, but actually that's already on a bit of a raised line. Why is that train waiting for? Oh, it's autosave. It's stopped because of autosave. Right, so if I raise the line up here, I've got nothing's used in this section here, I don't think. So I can just get rid of this for now. Nothing this side is coming in here. If I connect in the wait. Let me use the other side. We'll use that side there. I want to connect in there, but I would quite like it to be raised. That looks good. Yeah, that's what I want to do. But it's too low for this, so we might have to lower this down. Which could be tricky, because we don't have a lot of space here, but it does raise up coming into here. So let's pause the game a moment. Let's just delete this section here. Let's move this back. Right. Let's put in the line we want. Oh, no. We want the bridge. Let's have a look. Right. So this is going to have to go there. But I want you to dip down. Dip right down. Is that going to be enough? Let's find out. Might just be careful of this signal here. Drop that line in like so there. Then are we going to be able to do this line? So we'll go into there. So far so good, but I think we've got it. I think we have actually got it. Yes. Yes. We have this coming out here. Oh, this is way more investment than Stettin deserves as a small place, but hopefully we can connect in this last little section. Oh, why is it doing that with the road? I don't want that. I don't want you to do that. Let's just delete this road for now. We'll sort the road out later. We want the rail line in first. That's the priority. Are there any new bridges yet? No, we're still in the Stone Age as far as bridges go. But so we've got we're still using stone bridges and viaducts. We're in 1905. I don't know when the new bridges come in off the top of my head. Can't be that far. I think about 1920, 1930 seems to be the time. So we have our road, which I'd like to be able to connect in because we were using that for our freight coming that way. But does it need to dip down? We might have to tunnel underneath here, you know. If we move this section back there, get rid of that tail, and we'll do a sweeping curve here from there with a street up to there. Actually, where's our freight? It's going to this one here. Let's get rid of this road as well. I'm going to bring this around to there. Too much slope. Let's have a look. Come on. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we need to move this further back, maybe. We'll go from here then. Up to there. Drop this down. Oh, look at that. We do not need the tram track. But a little road tunnel, look. Bit of an underground. Keeps things nice and tidy for the trains. And I think we're good to go. We're ready for our Stettin line to be connected in. Okay, so we have, let's put our line first of all. Let's go a new line. We're going to connect Berlin. And I haven't built a station, so that's not going to work. Nor have I connected anything over here. Okay, I've jumped way ahead of the gun here. But Stettin is only a little place, so this is going to be an expensive... this is an expensive idea. Now, there's no other town north of here. So I think a little terminal will be fine. And if I connect it... Oh, maybe a little sideways one here. We'll actually connect in most of the town without the need for any kind of... Without the need... Oh, you know what? I should have done a regional. This is really... Stettin is a really small place. We're going down to one platform. This is a little regional line. I could have saved myself a building being destroyed there, but there we go. Leave some more space for Stettin to grow. So bring out... We're double tracking all the way in case at some point we have 2 trains on this line. But part of me thinks that might be a little bit ambitious. Oh, what's going on here? I think I've done this the wrong way around. It doesn't like it in this area. Right, so build that little section of rail there, and then hopefully be able to connect this into that one, this into that one, and then we just need to run this into the same platform here, somewhere around here. And then we can go back to a line and add in Stettin station. Lower Stettin, why not? And this is our V Berlin nach Stettin. Cool. All right, so that's the line. We need a train for it. We need a train. Have we got signals on here? Oh, we've got one signal going that way. I don't know if that's right. We'll have a signal going on this way as we come into this junction. And then we'll have a block in the middle. I don't even think this is necessary because we're just going to have the one train on here. And then one as we come out there. And then getting a train out of here. They come over there, so we just need to connect a little bit of track here. Oh, we're on the bridge. So that's not going to work. What about here? Could we get it in there? Oh, you can look. That signal there is in the wrong place really for all of that. So we move that, so a train should be able to come out there. We've got a, we've got a signal that way going for there. I think this is okay. We'll just protect it on this line here. And that probably means we don't need these 2 here. Right, so I think we're good to go. We need just a little train for here. We'll go with the Prusa again. And we'll go with the little compartment cars. We'll go with 5 of those. Probably a bit ambitious for just Stettin, but here we go. Oh, not a new line. You, my friend, want to go on the Berlin to Stettin. And we're good to go again. We've got no warnings, so that should work out rather nicely. Train's on the way. I've always wondered, can you actually see anything inside the depot, look? Oh, you can, look. Wow, look at this. I did not know they've actually gone through the effort, Urban Games, of decorating the insides of the depot. That's quite cool. Not loads of detail, but you know, enough to keep me satisfied. And yeah, we're off. Oh, we're inside the train. Let's come out. Here we go. So our Berlin Stettin line is on the way. So that, for the time being. Hey, Tico Action. How are you? Good to see you on the stream. Glad you've joined us. We are growing Berlin in this episode. And so far, we've done a lot of passenger stuff. We've got Berlin now from 100% up to 120% in terms of public transport connections, which is really good. So now I want to do some... I think I want to do some industry here. I think we've improved emissions from minus 50%. We're at 665 now. Does that mean Berlin is the largest town? Wow, Berlin is taken over. It is the largest town in the map again. It's beating Köln. So we have succeeded in that, but we're not going to stop there. We want Berlin to really grow and thrive. So let's do some industry. We've got, what does Berlin need? It needs machines and bread. Now bread, blinking out, we need 200 bread from here. And so far we're getting 100 bread from Stettin here. Now this can make 300. And there's loads wants to go down. Loads of it wants to go down to Berlin. So actually, is the bread getting here but not being delivered? There's a bit waiting with can stats there. There's some on the Potsdam goods line. But yeah, we need to get more bread out of this factory because actually we are capable of producing what Berlin and Potsdam need. 300 would probably sufficiently do both of those. Thanks for the love hearts, whoever put those in. Opinion on electric trains. My opinion on electric trains, Vex. I love them. I mean, I used to work in the southern part of the Midland Main Line in the UK where we had overhead lines, 25,000 volts, catenary overhead. And yeah, it's an eerie sound working in and around. Well, they do make a sound, but it's an eerie sound. It's like a spooky one. It's like a. It's kind of in the night, in the middle of the night, when you're in the middle of nowhere, and there's these lines you can't see above you that you know would kill you if you touched them. That sound, I can tell you now, is terrifying. But we have Stettin bread. We need to get this up now. Stettin bread is using Pruses on this line to take its goods from here down to Berlin. Now, I wonder whether we're at the stage here. We've also got Frankfurt grain coming in with a rate of 175. Now, do we upgrade this? Do we upgrade this to A35s? So let's manage these vehicles. I'm thinking if we replace it with, well, I mean, what's the cargo wagon now? Oh, we have faster cargo wagons that go 80 kilometers an hour. And for bread, that means, yeah, and we've got faster loading speed as well. So I'm wondering, with 80 kilometers an hour being our limit, we could put the A35s or we could go with PLMs. Power-wise, though, we're going to get a lot longer trains. So if we go with an A35, cargo-wise, we need the box cars. We can go to 155 meters. It gives us 112 capacity. Versus currently, we're at 64. It's going to cost me 8 million to replace that. So let's just have a look how that changes. If I put that on there, 199, you see. I think that's well worth it. But I'm going to have to do one at a time at this rate. I might have to sell a train, actually. You know what we might have to do here? Manage the vehicles. I'm going to sell one of these. And then I'll replace this one with the same. So we'll put on the A35 with the box cars of... with the box cars at the back. See, that's a rate of 183, and I've only got the 2 trains running on it. So I think that's better. Plus, they can go faster. The only downside of that is our Frankfurt grain line is going to slow them down. We are bringing grain all the way down from near Frankfurt here. Currently transporting 85% of that. We could do that being 100, and we could also do with these being A35s, but we need a bit of cash to come in to do that, because we can't afford that at the moment. How are we doing our Stettin passenger line? So we have 3 people waiting to go. We have Heinrich Hahn here. Han. And Heinrich is heading to Berlin. He's going shopping. He's going shopping at this hotel. Well, why not Heinrich? Oh, in Rostock. That's where he was going. He was going from Stettin to Rostock. Where is he? Commercial building. He's going all the way to Rostock, Andre. Wowza. Hello, Brainless Teddy. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you on board. Yeah. We are doing stuff in Germany. We are making railway lines in Germany. And we've got somebody that's going all the way from Stettin into Berlin here. And they're going to go all the way out to Hamburg and then out to Rostock. I mean, Rostock must be a really nice place because they absolutely want to go there. That is what they want to do. Down here, we've got loads of horse and carts I've just seen. We've got 200 grain here. We've got a rate of 193, but I wonder whether we should upgrade these at the moment. Oh, we've got new vehicles. We've got the post bus. Oh, you said, Andre, the post bus is ready. Now, that is interesting for passengers. But for cargo-wise, we're really on the Canstat. Which is much faster and has got, it's got the same capacity, but it has a faster line speed. So if we replace all of those with a Canstat, it's going to cost me nearly $1 million, but we should get but we're 241. So we could probably afford to lose some vehicles here. I'm going to lose 4. And 203. So hopefully they will deliver all that grain from Stettin here. We're losing a bit of grain. But we need to make sure this is maxed out because in order to hit 300, we need to deliver 600. Suppliers wise, we've only got 2 suppliers. Frankfurt, we need a third supplier of grain. That's interesting. If we're really going to get the food in to, we're going to need another train. We're going to need another train. This is crazy. There's so much bread needs to be delivered to feed the people of Germany. But in order to do that, we need another 200. So we've got 200 coming there. There's another grain farm down here, look. That would be quite easy to connect in to our line and take another 200 grain up there. But there's going to be more trains. I need more money. How are we doing cash-wise? Road, we're losing a bit of cash. That is interesting. That must be all our tram lines. They seem to be getting better for that. And we're making more money than we have before with rail. Water is still steadying us along. How are we doing up here? So our Emden Oil making us $1 million. Oh, it's a bit hit and miss at the minute. It's got a rate of 406. Which is good. It's almost perfect for the 400 there. But yeah, we need a bit more cash to start bringing in more food. So we got, well, let's have a look. Our consumers, we're 85%. So we're not far off delivering. But Berlin would demand more if we were able to ship more. So another train on here would not go amiss. How are these trains in terms of profitability? Are they making money? Stettin bread line. Ooh, at the moment is costing us a fair whack in terms of cash. And we've got a lot of slow trains on a big section of this line coming in here. So we do need to be careful about how we're dealing with this. Ooh, how do we do this? What's the best approach? We've got 11 million in the bank. I think we need to get more grain in. Let's do grain first. We've got a nice long trip to make. We could get 85% here. Frankfurt grain line. We've got 3 trains on here doing that long trip. They do make money every now and then. And if we upgrade these, it's going to mean our bread trucks, our bread trains are going to make more money. But we've also got, oh, this is a busy old line. We need to really start upgrading our rolling stock. Germany has many bread types. Of course it does. Breads and hams and sausages. Am I right? Okay. Yeah, let's start upgrading. Let's see how many of these can we do. So if I look to replace all of these, or 3 of them, I can't do it while the game's auto-saving. You'll have to wait. And upgrade the grain a bit. Yeah. Maybe I just need to... I mean, the other option I've got is I could bring some grain in by a boat. Look, look, we've got this grain farm here, which we could take straight into here. Look, this is perfect for a little boat trip. And you know, boats are fairly cheap, and they do make a good amount of money right off the bat. Let's have a look. Where could we go? Only problem, like I've said before, with the realistic maps is you do end up with quite a gradient as you come in here. So if I pop in a dock here, just connecting this road. We've not built a new railway line, a new boat line in a while. So with that built, we've now got a connection to that grain farm, and there's also more grain we could take from there as well. And then we just need to build a dock in here and make sure it connects. So we've got a road there. Oh, and there's a little natural harbour here, look. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, boats absolutely print money in this game, which is a shame, but not a shame in this case because I need the cash. Oh, I need the money, but we are going to make some money with this, I think, and we're going to produce more bread for Berlin if I can get this road to build correctly. So just check that. So that's connected into the food processing plant. Good. We've got a bit of a spit here, which hopefully won't get in the way. Yeah, the boat should be able to get around there and into our dock, which is lovely. So now we've not done this in a while. We've not built. Where have we got? Oh, there's no dock anywhere nearby for a long, long way. So let's build one. Where are we? Where's our? Oh, here we go. So where's the lowest point for this? Well, we've got a bit of a beach here. It's lovely. Okay. We can build ourselves a shipyard. Let's zoom out a bit here. Actually, we'll go on the other side so we're not in the way if we need to expand. And we will buy some boats. So we're doing grain. Now, large-wise, we've got the Klondike and the Dunara. They've got a capacity of 100. Yeah, I Transport Fever 3, I mean, there's so many other things coming as well because we've got helicopters and also, I really hope they balance things. At the moment, planes and boats are completely broken. They're just so easy to make money with, which doesn't really make sense. Why would you transport stone from a quarry by plane? It doesn't make any sense. So that is going to take some work. But in terms of capacity, we've got 70 on the Wilhelm, 70 on the Riggy, which is my favourite. And we could do 100 on the Donara, 110 on the Klondike, and that has a speed of 30. But it is large, so it would require us to upgrade our dock here, which is not a problem. Let's configure this. Let's put in a couple of large docks. So we're going to get rid of the landing here. And we'll build a large dock coming out of the side here, right in the middle. Oh, is that really the best? Maybe I should have come out and across. It will do for now. It will do for now. We'll just go with one large landing here because they're expensive. There. And as we come around to this side, we'll have to do the same over here. So we can configure this dock to get rid of the landing. And we can put in a large one. Now, the large here is going to kind of blocks it. Where I wonder if I have to, do I have to get rid of the dot as well? Can I put the large one straight out like that? Or maybe I'll put it crossways. Like so. Yeah, I think that makes more sense in this case. We'll go with the large landing there. Oh, have I done passenger? What have I done there? I've done a passenger dock. What a fool. Right, cargo. I bet you were shouting at the screen as I was doing that. Oh dear. Right, so we've got a goods one that side and we have a goods one that side. We can now buy the Klondike. And let's see what line rate we get for this. So we're going to go from here with grain. From Rostock. We're back in Rostock, look. Rostock Port to Stralsund. And this is going to be our F. Rostock grain ship. Veft. The shipyard must be Warnemünde Werft. I don't know what you're gonna have to translate that for me. I don't know what you mean, Andre. But our ship's on the way. Oh, look at the crazy route it goes. It's got a rate of 42, which is not bad. We are going to need more if we are going to take all of that. At the moment, it's trying to ship a full 200, so we could definitely do with more of these. So let's check on this line. So 2 gives us 85. 3 gives us 127. Let's go 4. 170. Let's do that for now. This boat looks a little bit ridiculous taking the Klondike, taking grain, but it's our first Klondike. First Klondike on the northern sea of Germany. Ready to take plenty of grain out on the waves, on the high seas. Right, I'm just going to change this to full because I do want these to be full. It's going to take them such a long time. Oh, he's going backwards, look. He's going back in. He's had enough. He's had enough already. The Klondikes can take grain, can't they? What's going on here? I don't really understand what's happening here. They're all sort of hovering around. And we've got a ship that's halfway in the dock. We've had a collision. It is broken. What is going on here? That is very odd. Maybe if I send this one out and away. Off you go. You head out to sea. Look at the lovely paddle at the back. Yeah, look at that. Power. Power. We should shortly start to get some more grain in here, which is good. That's not cost us too much. And it means we can probably afford now. Oh, we've got a rate of 244, look, with those 2 trains. They are absolutely killing it. So we're clear of most of our bread. We actually need to produce more bread if we're going to do this. So we need that grain to come in. And so far, let's have a look. Maybe we upgrade one of these trains then to a 176. If we upgrade this, change one of these to a A35 with the gondola. How many can we get on in 160 meters? 112 capacity. It's going to cost 8 million to replace. So already that's knocked our capacity right up here. So I'm going to sell one of these. Oh, no. Oh, that was silly. I just accidentally sold 2 trains. Right. Right. Oh, dear, dear, dear. That was a mistake. I hope I can afford to buy them back. Right. I've replaced those 2 with the A35s. That's going to give us a rate of 175. You know what? Adding another gondola on here is going to slow down the loading time. but it might get me to the rate I need, 187. Slight lower loading time, but I think that's going to be fine. I think we'll be absolutely fine. Varnamunda, part of Rostock Shipyards. So, that's that. So that's good. We do have, however, we do have the oil line also using here, which is also using Strassland Plastics, look. And we've got the refined oil line. They are pootling along. That is a profitable line, to be fair. 6 million there. Now, what rate do we need on this line? So this line at the moment is taking 315 oil. We've got 125 crude there. We're producing 300, but we're only shipping 200 plastics at the moment. So the plastics line, oh, we've got a lot of plastic waiting. We're trying to ship 200 out to our goods factory there. So we could do with this upgrading, and that would, again, would bring up the speed. So I'm going to sell one of these. Bring a little. Oh, I've only got 4 million in the bank, and I've just sold a vehicle. Oh dear, dear, dear. Okay, we're going to have to come back to that plastics line because I do want to replace this with the A35. This is plastics. Now that's going to. I can do that one. Oh, and it was in a beautiful red color before, which I'm going to keep. So Strassland Plastic now is a rate of 82, and we need it to be a rate of 200 really. So once the money comes in, we'll look at upgrading the other plastics train, and slowly but surely we'll match up the. Oh, I love that, Andre. The Rostock port, yeah, has the proper name, fit for the region in that area. But we need to slowly upgrade these trains so they're not slowing each other down using this shared line here. Doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. In fact, they only really share this section here. And you can see our Stettin bread line is currently at 32, 33. Because it is following, look, this Frankfurt grain. Oh, but this is an A35 as well. Maybe we need some more signals. Because it needs to be allowed to come in here. And this Berlin port, actually, this is called Berlin, but really this is our Berlin goods. Berlin goods here, we've got 4 lines, we've only got 2 platforms, so that could get really busy soon. So we might need to configure this and add in some more tracks to allow more freight to come into Berlin here. And the first place, obviously, we want to do that is this line here. So we've got 2 lines here using that. We've got, it looks like, what have we got? We've got Stettin bread and Strassland plastics using this line as they bring those goods back. So, in fact, we need a bypass, you know, because the we need a bypass. Because the Strassland plastics, look, it just goes straight through, doesn't use it at all. And it's going to get held up. So what we're going to do here, because we're running out of space before we hit the river, we'll have another platform there for future proofing. And we'll have a bypass here. So our Strassland plastics line, which goes along here, let's have a look, comes along this left-hand line here. We can actually bring this out from here. Or where should we do it? From about here? Doesn't. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Train 21 has no path. Oh, it's too long. You know, we need to extend this. We need to extend this platform. Oh, dear, dear, dear. What have we done? What have we done? It's a good job we got space here. We can actually extend this platform. And we can then... let's turn you around. But then go back. Oh, come on. What is happening here? What is going on? What's happening to the train? I don't understand. Okay, it's full of grain and it's heading out in the right direction. That's fine. What's this train doing? It's just stopped. Okay. Okay, that train's moving now. Oh, that was very weird. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. But we have actually been able to put in a long platform. Actually, in the other end, could we squeeze a longer platform over here? I think we could, you know. How long is this already? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So at 40 meters each. So we've got 160 meters on there. I think we could go slightly longer. We've not really done much platform extension yet. But that is going to mean that we can have longer trains going on there. And we could potentially increase some of these as well, make them more profitable. So they've got a rate of 345 at the moment. They're absolutely flying. Yeah, maybe we need to do the same down here as well, look. And use some longer trains to bring up our line rate. But where were we? Where were we? We were down here. We're going to do Strathland Plastics, a diversion here. So let's have a look at that line. Let's have a look. We are Strathland Plastics there. It's going to use this diversion, you see. It's going to come out here. And going to cost me a fortune to do it by there. So I might have to do it just as we come off the bridge. But that's not going to work. Too much curvature. It needs to go here. Oh, it's going to cost me quite a bit of money to get to the end of the bridge there. And then we've got a signal already there, so I'm hoping we can kind of bring this in here. Oh, it doesn't like that. So we can do something like that. Put a signal there. And then hopefully once we connect this side, it will automatically use this. So we have here, oh, I'm in minus money. Oh, no, no, no. I'm going to have to go through some buildings here. Just enough money to do it. And it is not quite, it's not going to choose that line just yet. So I need a waypoint. And obviously we're going to get it to use a horn. Yes, we are. Okay, so we'll manage this line. So when it goes to... Oh, no, it is stopping in Berlin. What am I doing? I've just made a line for absolutely no reason. It's just cost me a fortune as well. What am I doing? It does stop at Berlin. Oh, no, no, no. Don't delete the whole station. Just delete this bridge. It cost me a fortune. And I'm not getting any money back. Oh, no. Oh, dear. What a mistake. Of course, it needs to stop in Berlin because it does that. Tisk, tisk. Right, we're going to have to play the game. We need some more money to come in. What a silly thing to do. What a silly thing to do. Oh, dear. Right, anyway, we are going to increase the capacity here. We have this line coming out south. We've got a line coming north. So we could easily bring this one out here. Oh, my maintenance went out in one go then. We are struggling a bit for cash. I'm going to have to look at our lines at the moment and see what's hemorrhaging money. Our Frankfurt grain line. Why is that? Oh, well, they were stopped for a while. They didn't make a delivery, I think, because they were stopped. But Let's have a look. They're about to come in and give us a good bit of cash, hopefully, here. Just speed this up a little bit. Yeah, we've lost some production in our bread factory as well because of that, because of this train got stuck. So that's a lesson for me in building trains that are too long. But we could actually, the Frankfurt grain line now, it's got a rate of 301. That's way over actually what we need, because this will only produce 200. So actually, I'm tempted to save some cash here and sell one of my vehicles. That gives 150, but if we edit this, we've now got a 200 meter long platform, so we could actually put some more gondolas on here. Get that up to 18 gondolas. That's still within the platform limit. And now we've got 180, and that's just the one train on there. So it's going to reduce the density as well. And off it goes on our Frankfurt grain line. So maybe that was the right thing to do. Yeah, I don't know. We need to check elsewhere for a backlog. What else have we got? Rostock grain line has not come in with any cash yet. Hamburg to Berlin freight line is losing a bit of cash. Losing a bit of cash. Okay. We need this Rostock, this ship line to make some money. We got some grain on there. They have finally started to move. The ships are on the way. Is this the first one that's going to come in? Oh no, there's a Klondike there. And that has made some money. So that is good. We have started to make some cash, and that is going to help this bread factory get back on its feet. Because that's what we need. We need to get the bread to Berlin. We have Stettin bread, which is now capable of doing 300. That was 371. So they're flying at the moment. It's break even, but it does mean that Berlin now is getting a load of bread, which is really good. Now, Berlin town bread, 242 is the line rate there. Are all of the shops served? Let's have a look. So we've got absolutely loads of bread in this area here. And let's have a look down here. So some of these we're not supplying some of them because we need an additional stop. We need what we need is, when we come out this tunnel, we need to go right here. And we need to take some to this commercial area down here. We might split this up into two. So what I'm thinking here is we're going to build a we're going to build some 40km/h streets that's going to come around the outside of Berlin here. And then we'll connect those into this commercial row here. We can bring these over the roads that were there. And that's given us another route. And then we need another stop, really, for our drop-off to make sure that all of it is covered. I think one about there will do the trick. And then we need to have more vehicles doing that. So we've got at the moment, Berlin town bread is on there. We could actually add another platform on this side. And then we'll have a new line. So I'm going to do this with a separate line so that we can match the line rates to what we need to be delivered and make sure everything's on here. So let me orientate north a minute. Right, which way's north? Which way's north? That's north. So that's our north bread. Okay. So we're going to name this line. Line 1 is going to be our Berlin F Berlin North bread. Or Nord? Is Nord right? I'm going to call it Nord because I think that's the German for north. North and Sud, right? Or have I got my languages mixed up? Am I talking French? How's the population of Berlin doing? We're at 732 now, which is lovely. Yay, Nord. Okay, I see. I did listen in my year 8 German class at school. My German teacher would be proud. So we have no vehicles on that line yet, so it's not actually going to do anything. So we need to put a couple can stats on here. Let's try that. They're going to go on our F. Berlin, Nord, bread, and I suppose the other one should be. It's not really south. I'm going to say that's west. But now my German fails me. West. I feel like it's close to the English west, but it's spelled like OEST. Nord and Sud. What is it in? What is east and west in German, guys? What have we got? Oh, it is literally west. So if I do this. Thanks, Vex. Good. I see you still on the stream with the insults. Nice. But yeah, we've got 2 lines now. We can see the Nord bread wants 7. The West bread wants 39. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we've got Nord, West. Absolutely beautiful. And we should hopefully now be able to supply all the commercial buildings in Berlin, which again will help it to grow. The more we do that, the better we get. So we need 213 is the current demand. Our bread factory is trying to ship how much? Wow, we're leveling up to level 4. Okay, we're really cooking now with our bread factory. We're trying to ship 200 to, well, actually 200 plus 115 to Potsdam. So that means our Stettin bread train is it's got enough going for it. It can do it because we've got 300 there. We got 300. Yeah, we can do it with the trains currently on there. So that's fine. That will keep those trains in business. But this is going to level up. I don't know if I've ever seen a level 4 bread factory. It's a compliment. Okay. Vex noticed a spelling mistake on my YouTube description, so he's just pointing it out to me repeatedly until I change it, which I suppose is fair enough. But we are about to level up here to a level 4. I'm going to keep the game going fast. The money's coming in. We're at 40 million now, which is really good. I don't know how that's happened. So the money's coming in. We're about to level up to level 4. It is 1906, and this factory looks remarkably modern, I'll have to say. This looks like something out of 2010. Look at these pallet trucks. They are not 1906 pallet trucks. But maybe that's something in Transport Fever 3 they will... maybe they'll do it. So we're waiting. The countdown is on for a level 4 bread factory. It's going to do it. I want to, It's looking good. The game keeps freezing. What's happening? What is going on here? Oh, is it? Oh, it's not the game's freezing. It's the production. There's not much stored grain here. We've just got the 1 stored grain, so it keeps stopping, and then it's going again once it starts to use it. But there we go, level 4. Did you notice any change there? It just did it. There was no change. There wasn't even a noise I heard. But that's it. We have the maxed out level of our bread factory here. So now we can really supply it. We're shipping 600 already with our Stettin to it. So we're producing the 300. We have a train that can take 300 out to Berlin. We have 2 lines in Berlin which can take 244, so that's most of it, and 19. We'll keep an eye on that. Berlin Nord bread may need some more vehicles to be able to do that. In terms of Potsdam, where's Potsdam? Potsdam gets the bread via train. Now, the train actually... Town Goodsland does 86. That needs to be higher because we've got 115 bread on the way. We'll put the maintenance on this to high so we can reduce some of the pollution in the town. That's now 106, but how does the, I can't remember, how does the Potsdam goods, there we go. Potsdam goods has got a rate of 120, so that's doing absolutely fine. That should be able to take all the bread necessary here. We've got a couple of little warehouses, but now we've got enough can stats. Hopefully we'll be able to ship more bread out to Potsdam as well, keep that growing. So yeah, we want to see this bread number grow. So yeah, we've got 135, it's 134. We just want to make sure that we don't get too clogged down. Yeah, the Nord bread line is definitely needs more vehicles on it. Got 18 there. So let's manage these vehicles and let's have some twice as many. And we'll make sure these are all high maintenance as well because they're going through the town. Hopefully we'll clear through some of that and make sure we get that. So the Berlin West bread, it's not actually West bread, it's West goods really, because it is also taking other, it's taking other things other than bread. So we can put that on there. So it's the West goods line. We've got a few things waiting, but that's doing well. The Nord bread is full of bread. Full of bread. And we just need to keep an eye on that. And make sure we keep that platform nice and clear. Okay, so that's hopefully going to help Berlin get this 200 in. Up here, we've cleared the platform. There's no real bread to go. There's a bit of bread here. But there's another train on the way back. We've got 308 as our capacity. Another train coming back. Only 55 for it to pick up, really. So, not doing too badly. So, actually, what we could do is we could supply, future-proof this bread supply with more. And because we have this dock over here in Rostock, and we have our Klondikes, and they are not making us any money, which is surprising me, to be honest. Because they are now moving, but is the line rate too high? Is that what it is? Interesting. They're not really making much money at the moment. Are they all about to just arrive? Down here, that one is. Finances wise, it's never made profit really in the long run. Let's try getting some more grain into this dock here. We've got another farm here in Hamburg, just near Hamburg. Ship that towards the Rostock port, and everything's good. So nice and easy, that one. We have a couple of platforms here, 20-meter length. We do not need the tram track. We are using, yeah, we're doing cargo. We can pop that. I'm just going to pop it there because it means we avoid this little turn here. And we're literally just going to come and drop that off here. Connects with the port. And we've already got a road depot there. So perfect. So we can buy some can stats. Let's go with 5 to begin with. We'll put it on a new line to go from there to there. Off you go. And we'll call this our F. It's going to be our Hamburg grain line. Just a little Hamburg grain line there. And they're ready to go, ready to take that grain with a rate currently of 45. That's quite low, I think, for such a short trip. But they're going to do that. And that means we hopefully now... So yeah, we can see this already wants to ship 200 of its fine grain to the Stettin food processing plant. So it's filling up this platform ready to go. We've got a rate of 45, so we may need some more vehicles on here. So let's double that to 91. Spacing them out just a little bit. It's surprising that they need so many on such a short trip, but I suppose the can stats there are no HGVs, are they? Just 5 on there. There's not much grain you can get on that little thing, is there? And it's a good job it's always sunny in Transport Fever Land, because you Yeah, it's good job. It's always sunny because you're on your top hat and there's nothing else to do here. But they are working now. Someone has reminded me. Andre, thank you. We've still got the Dampf tram in Hamburg, and there's loads of people trying to use this, and so we do need. This actually is making some good money, and they're quite busy around here, so good candidate to replace the Dampf tram, the little steam tram. We'll put the maintenance on high here. Try and keep Hamburg nice and happy. We have 59 million in the bank. What on earth has happened? I've been going at 2 times the speed. I think that's what's happened. But profit-wise, we're doing all right. We're not doing too bad, you know. And we could actually pay back the loan. Our loan is only 13 million. Look at that. 1.5 million done. And we have absolutely smashed it with paying back the loan. What do we think of that, guys? What do we think? Oh, I accidentally paused it there. So let's look at our HQ. Our HQ has got to be glorious by now. Oh, you're kidding me. That is not glorious, is it? That is not glorious. We do not have any gloriousness from our HQ, which is outrageous because we're at level 48 now, and we're making a really, really good amount of money. There we are. But the money's rolling in. We've paid back our loan. 50 million in the bank. That is enough money to be silly with and make stuff happen. So we can actually complete this cargo expansion now, which is what we should do. So let's do that. So, oh, you know what? Maybe I was right to build that little bridge, you know. Because if we come round here to there, look. I like that. That's going to work. Coming off that bridge there. And then we could also do the same with this line into there. Now then, we would also need to do the same to there. So that's the right-hand line coming in there, look. And then do we have another one, look? I don't know if this is the least efficient way to do this, but it's not going to let me do it anyway. Does not want to let me connect in from here. I mean, I don't know if that just looks utterly ridiculous or not. This is not my finest hour at all. In terms of a layout, that is pretty hideous, actually. They're kind of all just merging into this one here. I don't actually know if we need this one. Although that connects those 2 platforms in. These 2 platforms are... Yeah, it doesn't look pretty at all. What we might do then is we might do it like this. If I take this one out here. So then that line, those 2 lines connect into that one. These 2 lines connect in here. If it will let me. It's not going to let me. No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that and I'm not going to do it. I think what I don't like is this connection. I broke it. I broke the game. Oh, silly. Right, let's pause. Right, let's sort this out. Let's sort this out properly. We've got enough money in the bank to do this properly. So a line that comes out here, it's got to connect in there. Because there's no other way around it. And the game's upset with me that I deleted that. So that's fine. Now, how do we connect these 3 lines in here? We've got a bypass. and we've got four lines really to connect in. I don't know that we need the bypass because I think that was a silly thing to have put in. So maybe we don't do that one. In fact, let's scale back. No, oh, I can't make up my mind. Yeah, I think 1910 you get some decent trucks in the game. I think it's 1910. You get some proper internal combustion engines. It's what you want. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to destroy this section of the town that is not really connected to anything. So we absolutely need to come out here and join there. So the south side I think is going to be a bit easier because we're just purely connecting into a couple of platforms. Nice and easy like that. Now from there we want to also connect into, ideally, into these two lines here. But it's not going to like me doing that. I don't know what it's trying to do here. What is it trying to do there? What route is that? I just want you to come off here. There we go. Now we're talking. A little bit more. There we go. Into there, and then we can do the same with this one. So that means trains coming this way, they can go, and we can use a double slip here and a double slip there. Should means that trains on this line here can go straight on. There's no crossover there though, is there? There's one there, but there's none going the other way. We can go that way, we can go onto that platform, we can go onto that platform, then come up here, and then go to that one, and then go along there, and then go to that one. It all works out okay, I think. The only thing we need for a bit of additional maneuverability, I think, is a line, a crossover that does that. So that way trains coming this way can get onto that first platform, which is fine and dandy. Right, now I think we need to protect this. It's going to be tricky with the signaling. Going this way, now we do have two lines over here, look, but I don't think we need to go that direction. That's the passenger line. So we need to connect all into this. Now what I'm thinking is potentially we do that. Well, how are we going to do that? I think we're going to go right back just on the cusp of this bridge. Doesn't like that. Where could we go? From about there? That's not too bad. It's basically what I had before, which I deleted, but I think this is what we're going to do. Another £1 million in there for that one. And then we need to connect in this one here. Now, following on from the last side, if we did that here, and if it will let me, and it will, and we also go from here, we've basically got the same layout on both sides, but for a very, very small difference in that it's curved. So make these double slips. Oh, not that. This. Double slips there. We should be able to get onto every platform. And we have extra capacity. So now let's have a look at our lines. Can we move them onto different terminals? So we've got our blue line. I think blue line Stettin bread could go over to... no, we want this managed line. So at Berlin, we could move the terminal to number 3. Or it doesn't like that. And we could say use 3 and 4. Now, it does not like that. And why is that? Why is that? Oh, train 18 has no path. Where's that? Why does that not have a path? Oh, this is a mess here. Look at that. I don't know what's going on there. It's got no path. Oh, it's full. It's just about. I'll tell you what we need to do. We'll go to manage the line here. And if we allow it to use platform 2. Yeah, go on, use it. Use platform 2. Oh, it's going to play silly with me. I might have to send it back full of bread. No, there is not much space. This map is getting pretty crowded pretty quick. But this train should be able to get onto the same line. I might have to turn it round when it gets to about here. If I let this train come out. When this train gets to beyond there, I'm going to send it back in the other direction. And oh, whoa. In fact, I'm going to leave it. Let it go, because we've got another train coming here now full of bread. So that'll space them out a little bit. We've got no warnings now. The Stettin bread line is using that. I'm going to just change it now to not use number 2. We also have this red line here, which could come into, which one's that one? Strathland Plastics, look. And that could move over to one of these new platforms. So you can go terminal wise. Strathland Plastics could go to terminal 5. So that's now got its own platform. And that means our Hamburg and, Hamburg and Potsdam. Oh, I didn't like that. So move the Hamburg line over to number 2. Let's have a look. Hamburg, what are we doing line-wise? You can use 1 and 2 without any problems, yep. And then Potsdam goods can only use line 1. I think it can only access line 1. Cannot reach next. I'm not 100% sure why it can't. It comes out here, then goes back across there. I think it needs another crossover when it comes out here this way. And there's a signal blocking it here. So yeah, that's okay. We'll leave it like that. So we now have quite a bit of bread waiting for Potsdam. Our Berlin Nord bread is going absolutely crazy. We need more bread on here. Finances wise, we're not doing too good. Well, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. Yeah, it's going to be so annoying to electrify all these lines when we've got to do it. Oh, and like bit by click. Maybe we'll just stay with the steam age the whole time and stay in a fantasy world around it. But I think we're going to need some more vehicles on here. I'm going to double the number for the Berlin Nord bread line, because I do want to make sure Berlin gets plenty bread delivered to it. At the moment, we're at 140. We're not really cracked that, but Berlin is absolutely booming, look. Massive growth. And we can see from the towns, Berlin is once again King of Germany, or Kaiser of Germany. Berlin is the largest town. So we have successfully done that. We've got some new passenger lines. Rostock, let's have a look. Lots of help. Wow, 266 people. They're absolutely jammed. They all want to go to Hamburg. Apparently, Andre, they all want to leave Rostock, I'm afraid. So that's really interesting because I did not anticipate this amount of passenger movement. 123. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, with that kind of level of demand, I mean, what are we doing there? Maybe we have some. Do we have more carriages or a better train? What have we got loco-wise? We got there a Prusse. We could at least go for a PLM, couldn't we? Or we go through the A35. There's loads of people. I think we're going to go for a PLM. A nice... Oh, no. Actually, what's the passenger cargo? 60, yeah, you know, we'll change the loco here for a PLM. And we will put some more compartment cars on here. So we'll go with that many. And let's go with blue. We'll make... Andre, I'm doing Rostock proud with the Rostock mower. Or was it the mover? Oh, I don't know. The Rostock Seagull can now pick up 88 people. We'll keep that nice and clear. Rostock, Stralsund here has grown loads. And Rostock 2 has had some real growth. So, yeah, definitely connecting them in has been a boon. And there's lots of industry in Rostock now because we have absolutely loads of grain ready to ship. Our Hamburg grain line needs more vehicles. We've got 10 and we're doing 125, so we probably need another 6. Oh, look at that. Bang on 200. How good of a guess was that? Beautiful. Right, so we're doing that. Rostock's industry of shipping grain. Oh, wow. The Klondikes really are not making any money. Oh, they did. They did. I'm going to... Maybe. I don't think I'm going to go with the Klondikes, you know. I might go with my trusty Riggies because they make money no matter what. Is it just the... So it's nearly 200,000 maintenance cost for that. I just don't know if I'm making it back. Maybe the Donara. But it is slower. I like the Riggy though. They're fast. They got 70 capacity. Oh, let's try some Donaras. Let's see if they make more money. So we'll go with 4 of these as well. Put them on the line. Now we've got a rate of 426, so we should be able to ship all the grain out there. Interesting to see which of those ships makes the most amount of money. And what else have we done in this episode? Just wrapping up before we finish the stream. And if you have any ideas what we should do in the next one, do let me know. What should be our focus for the next time? This Berlin, Greater Berlin area is absolutely booming. Look, Frankfurt Oder as well. Oh, has had a bit of a dip, but is growing. We need to get machines into Berlin to really get some extra growth. We're struggling on bread. We are struggling on bread. We could do with some better road vehicles taking that in. I've got to be honest. The CAN stats are getting a bit tired. We've done loads of weird and wonderful bridge work. Look at this for weird and wonderful bridge work. We will have to sack the civil engineers who are responsible for that. But you know, we're doing all right. We have lots of good stuff happening. And Berlin is growing. And our trains are flying. Where's my favourite train before we go? It's the Berlin to Strasbourg. Oh, yes. Get a nice view of this before we finish. Oh, up we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Right, well, thanks for joining me on tonight's stream. It's been a lot of fun. And we've really made Berlin #1. If you have an idea for what we should do in the next stream on next Sunday at 8:15, do drop me a comment in the below the description on there. If you're watching this pre-recorded or you're watching this after from the future, do let us know in the comments how you found it and what you think we should do in the next stream. And so to everyone on there still doing it, good night everyone. Enjoy your weekends or what's left of it and your work week ahead of you, and wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone. Whoa, I just need to find my thing. There we go. Bye bye.